Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anne of Reinforce Me Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we are going to talk about time blocking to optimize your productivity. Now, this is applicable to those busy people who are quite overwhelmed about their schedules in order to balance their personal life as well as their professional life. And if they want to consider taking care of themselves, but they don't know which part of the day they can able to do that, absolutely. Look, you can always use time blocking strategy. Now, time blocking is a time management technique where you divide your day into blocks of time. Each each block is dedicated to accomplish a specific task or a group of functions for yourself. The method actually is in contrast to the so-called multitasking or working from a long to-do list without a structured schedule. So that is why when you really want to hit the target, like you really want to get the most of your day, it's important to prioritize your priorities. To take note of the essential data for yourself, like family, or if you want to work on your morning routine, if that's important to you, so make time for that. If you want to work on your projects, which is intended for your work, then make time for that without any distractions. By the way, this strategy was popularized by the author Cal Newport. He is a computer science professor and an author, and he actually came up with different famous books, which I read some of them. Now, the purpose of this time blocking is to enhance focus, to really just do what you must do in a certain period of time, to to minimize distraction and to allow deeper focus and high productivity in that time slot that is intended for a certain task. Now, time blocking is also a way for you to increase your efficiency, which is easier for you to avoid overcommitting because you are intentional enough to really just do what you must do in that time slot that you schedule for yourself. Now, this strategy also helps you with your work-life balance in a way that you can able to divide your priorities in terms of personal life and as well as your professional life, and you can always make time for those tasks the entire day by scheduling in time blocks. Now, for example, I'm going to give you an example for this strategy of time blocking. Like in this scenario, working parent, managing family and household responsibilities. So you are, for example, you're such a hardworking mom. So since you want to make time for yourself, you want to develop professionally as well as personally by means of taking good care of yourself as well as your relationships. So you want to spare time for everything that is essential for you. And since you want to maximize your time, you start early. Well, to some people, they start 5 o'clock in the morning. But for example, you start 6 a.m. You get up from bed 6 a.m. So time blocking means from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., you work on your morning routine. You exercise maybe 15, 20 minutes or half an hour, then shower and eat your breakfast, make breakfast for the family. So from 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning, it's another task again from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning. So this means from 7 to 8, it's family time. You are preparing kids for school and having breakfast together after warm up, by the time you get up from bed. Now, from 8 a.m. to 9 o'clock in the morning, so that means that you are commuting to work. So commute to work, and then from 9 a.m. to 12 o'clock in the afternoon, this is your work focus time. So 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., this time is dedicated to work on key projects without interruptions. So once you work on the most important task for you, as much as possible, no interruptions, no phone, no chit chat. You must not be disturbed by any secretaries or anything that could distract you unless it is urgent and important. So I'm talking about emergencies. Otherwise, if it can wait for an hour or two, block your time. No interruptions, no distractions. So that means from 9 o'clock in the morning to 12 p.m., you work on your projects. That is also some sort of professional development for yourself. Now, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., that's lunch break. Time to relax and have lunch, maybe short walk or a quick chat with your colleagues or BFFs in the workplace. That's a 1 hour break. Otherwise, if you really want to, to be in peace with the world, and you can just merely go out and have a walk or fresh air somewhere there in the corner, and you can even just call your kids how they are, or your husband, your spouse, how the day is going, to just reconnect with them in that day. Now, from 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, you go back again to your important task. So you might want to consider scheduling your meetings and emails from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So schedule time for necessary meetings and respond to emails, important and urgent emails. You can also plan out take notes of the important stuff to be done the following day in this schedule. Now, let's move on. From 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, this is the time for secondary task. Time to work on smaller tasks or follow-ups from the morning work. So this means that you evaluate your day. Have you done the things that you must do for the day? Have you ever done the essential stuff that has to be done with regards to your project, your professional development? Have you planned out your things to do, make another data for data to be accomplished for the next day, the following day. Now, let's move on from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So that's going home time. Going home time. So you are working from 9 to 5. It's a 9 to 5 job. So this is a 9 to 5 job example. So let's make the most of our time, because 9 to 5 job is quite a majority of people are doing this. So from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. commute to home, and then from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. family time and dinner time with kids. Preparing and having dinner, helping kids with homework, family activities. So this is just 2 hours time. So which means that you have to really minimize interruption. If you want to cook for your dinner and then talk at the same time, just make most of the time like connection with your family while you're cooking and talking with them, how they are, and then you ask them ask your kids if they have any assignments, how they are getting on in school. So this could be your bonding time from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the evening. And then from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the evening, if you want to consider making a personal time for yourself, so you can schedule it this time. Or not necessarily, though, that it has to be an hour. You can even just do half an hour or 20 minutes. Or, you want to do meditation. You want to think about what have you learned for the day. You can evaluate your goals this time, or you want to make some professional or personal development, and you can plan out in this certain period from 8 o'clock to 9 p.m. But, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do this for an hour. You can do this maybe half an hour of self-evaluation, self-improvement time. Now, from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., there you go. You can plan for your next day. This might be ideal. Shall I say this might not be the ideal, because from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., there might be some interruptions, like you have to read a bedtime story with your kids, but this is not some sort of major interruption. This is also showing love with your kids. So you have to wait until they fall asleep, and you have to make them feel that you love them, which is fair enough. And all parents would love to make time for this, showing love to their kids and to their spouse. So there's nothing wrong if you only spare time for planning for the next day, maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes, that you could go beyond 10 o'clock in the evening. But if there might be no interruptions, so you might want to go ahead with planning your day, next day, from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then 10 p.m., bedtime. It's a honey time. It can be your spouse time. You can talk about your day, have bonding, and whatever you want to do. Make love, show love, affection, anything with your spouse. So this is just an example. This is not an ideal time blocking example. You could make your own based on your priorities. If you prioritize your family, relationship, friendship, as well as your career, you can make your own data, make your own priorities, then schedule them on your day. Time blocks, less interruption, more focus, getting a lot of things done in a period of time. Now, time blocking is highly effective time management strategy because it helps individuals organize their day, reduce stress, and boost productivity by allocating specific time slots for different tasks. Now, of course, this must be versatile though. You have to be flexible when you use this strategy, and from time to time, you could be flexible today, so you can carve out your day, your next day, until you finally get your ideal day, and then you can change it again. So nothing is permanent. It means that you are growing, and in that way, you know how to manage yourself as well as your time. And time blocking, in the most part, can be tailored for both professional and personal life. So all in all, this is valuable. This is such a valuable tool to, to manage your time efficiently, and it is indeed applicable to anyone. Now, if you ever love this episode today, you can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as in the Amazon Podcasts. This is Anne, by the way, of Reinforce Me Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you very much.